So, where are we? We're in South Dakota. Yeah, this is South Dakota. Does Gwen know where we are?
Somewhere outside of Provo.
We are south of Provo, South Dakota. So, everybody thinks of South Dakota as Mount Rushmore, Sturgis. Well, yes, it has those things, but it also has so much more. And we're going to take you to, as I'm known to do, another ghost town in South Dakota. And I'm pretty sure there aren't too many Sturgis riders that have seen it. So let's go see the little town of Ardmore. I've never been there. So, we exploring. Let's go exploring. So this is Ardmore with a resident of 1, and that American flag tells me he's right there. I see other vehicles here. So there were 16 residents as of 1980, and in 2020 there was only 1 on the census. Although I'm seeing things like Priuses and such, or just people dumping off their cars here. Here's Main Street and the volunteer fire department. So Gwen's gonna park the car and we're just gonna take a walk around. So Ardmore, South Dakota was founded in 1889 by settlers, and probably using the Homestead Act. You can correct me on that later. There is a railroad track that runs by here though, which makes me wonder if the railroad had something to do with the longevity of the town. Calvin Coolidge stayed here in Ardmore in 1927, and Ardmore survived the Great Depression without a single family on welfare. They made it work. Out here in Nowheresville. Look, I found a flea market. You have a free sink if you want it. Free table. And here's the Black Hills Flea Market. You can buy a rock. 25 cents each for the rocks. Aw. You can buy a little Hot Wheel car. Remember these? Nobody's here to take your money, of course. You just put something in the box and help out. Strange that a city like this, a town like this, is dead with a highway running through it. Let's go see some more. What's in here? Anybody home? It's just a storage area. That's kind of a recent Coke can over there, I'll bet. Oh, I found a resident. I don't know if you can see her. I think she just ducked inside. There's a cat. And being this not coming up to me, it's probably a stray cat. Check this out. Oh, we do have a hardware store. if you want to start building up the place. Here you've got a hardware store. Well, used to be. Back when there was a reason to have one. Hardware and paint. Got us a water tower and a whole bunch of things for Marshall to take photos of. Of course, I'll share those in a moment. Alright, so the man in the truck behind me is named JW. He grew up here just south of town, and I asked him about the railroad, because normally a town lives and breathes with its railroad. And he said there is no water here. Now that's not, this is something you won't find on Wikipedia. There is no water here, and it's too far down to drill. Drilling wouldn't get you anything. So the train used to bring in water to the town. But when the train stopped bringing in water, probably water necessary to fill said water tower, well, you guessed it, you can't run a town without water. And as America dries up in the West, you're going to find that out more and more. So, Ardmore, possibly named after a school teacher in the early days, Dora Moore. Unconfirmed. I don't know that. But for now, Ardmore is a quiet place. Except for the visitors that I keep running into today, including a young man that asked me if I knew the history of it. And it's like, well, I don't know firsthand history, but yet now I know a little bit of firsthand history. And the building that I just photographed on the corner by the tracks, this building, was the general store and also the post office. And I got that from the man who used to go in there as a little boy, and he said that a little old lady ran it all by herself. So let's take a walk and see what other places there are here in Ardmore, South Dakota. So many photos I have to get though. I mean this. Picture this in black and white. In fact, you don't have to picture it because I'll do it for you. All right, name the cars. I know what that one is. Kind of obvious, says so right there. And now it's a quiet place. If it wasn't 91 degrees, and Gwen's saying she's going to stay in the car, I could spend hours here getting hundreds of photographs of lasting value. Some of these cars go back to my past, like that one. You got the short bus, so short the front's gone. I'm gonna have to put the camera down pretty soon and take pictures, because the photos here, astounding. Obviously nobody lives in that house. It has no roof left. Big holes in it. Still has windows though, because there are still some places in America where kids have some values and don't go smashing all the windows out. In fact, I haven't seen a single spray can in use here. And that is awesome to find a ghost town with no tags. Don't get any ideas, guys. There are enough people that drive past here to see you do it, so don't do it. Now there's cows over there, so somebody looks after those cows. So this area does get some traffic by locals. In fact, the mail, that was JW pulling away from his mailbox. That mailbox serves much more than just this little city block right here. Oh, how cool is that, huh? By cool, I mean it was somebody's house. Somebody lived in it, they were proud of it. They did whatever they could to keep it going, including putting asphalt shingles over wood lath shingles, just to keep the rain out. And you know, agriculture, especially back then, it didn't pay a lot. You made do with what you could get. One bad hail could take care of your crop for a year. There's a big house. That must have been the mayor's house. Now it's got some windows that have fallen out of it because the house is settled. I meant the one behind this one. But let's go see this one. Gotta watch out for snakes. Obviously, by the down grass, I'm not the first to be here. Look at that. You can see right through the house. I am going to respect the fence, though, and not go through it. Listen. Exactly. Oh, a bird. This is my kind of place. I could come back here again and again. And I just might. Time to get you some photos. Fire hydrant. No water. This used to be the sidewalk leading up to the front of the house. you mean there's no water? There's water right there. Well, probably not all the time. And probably nothing you'd want to drink. Let's go see some stuff. Oh, look at that photo I'm gonna get of the house, the shed, the blue sky, the puffy clouds behind it. Yeah, patience with me for a moment. Photography like that makes me happy. Even though I'm sure other people can do it better, I'm just happy to be here. You know, sometimes you get a certain moment and you just go, yeah, this right here. This is what I live for. Red shingles, blue shingles, who cares? Whatever keeps the rain off the roof. Just make sure you paint the outhouse blue to match it. Kind of marshy. Good for the birds. I don't know about the mosquitoes. Middle of the day, there aren't any. There's a blue heron. See it? And something just skipped. Oh, it's ducks. Yep, blue herons and ducks. So can you imagine living here? Like in that house behind me? When the news arrives that the train is no longer going to carry water cars and no longer going to put water to the town? Can you imagine that day, that black day, when you just found out your entire town is done? That'd be a sad day. Or maybe they were more optimistic, they saw it coming and said, all right, well, now's the time. We move on to a new life. If you have a story about Ardmore, leave me something in the comments below, will you? In the meantime, find it, come photograph it, and don't ruin it for me, okay? I'll be back. Alright, I gotta do one last thing as an encore. I gotta buy a rock. Support the town, at least a little bit. Which rock? Ooh. That's not a rock. But that's cool. Fine. How about that? Don't even know what year it is. I don't know. Does it really matter? Help me pick out a rock here. Oh, let's just go with this one. Wipe the bird doo-doo off of it. Oh, wait. That looks interesting too. Okay, now I'm starting to look at rocks. We're gonna take that one. And I'm gonna give them all the change I have. Let's drop it in here. Gave a little something to Ardmore. Buy yourself a soda. Thanks for watching.